Three types of encounters, one family, and a lifetime of questions no one can explain. Tonight, we unravel their chilling run-ins with Bigfoot, a familiar spirit, and something not of this world. Stick around for these personal accounts today.
Welcome to High Strangeness, where we ask questions and explore all that is strange and unexpected in our reality.
All right. So I've got Phil, Connie, Jen, and McKayla with me today. And we are going to hear some experiences that you guys have had. And I really appreciate you taking some time this evening and sharing with us, because I'm a believer that there's a lot of people out there who've experienced things and really keep it to themselves. And sometimes it's important and even powerful for people to hear that others have seen things. They may not be the same thing, but they are just different or extreme as compared to what they think the normal public goes through every day. So thank you for sharing today as we get into this.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
so welcome.
All right. Well, let's have you start off with your first experience that you had.
Okay. So we worked at a scout camp for like 26 years.
Mm-hmm.
And after the big fire, there's these three things that happened. They were all in the same year.
Okay.
But the first thing we noticed is structures out in the middle of the field.
Okay. And let me ask you, I'm going to pop in a question every now and then. The big fire, just for perspective for people, what year was that?
That was like,
It was before we had our teepee.
so it would have been in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was the big fire that
So
got lit up at the scout camp one year.
And is that up in
Yeah.
the Uintas, or where would that
Yeah,
be?
it's up in the Uintas.
Okay.
The scout camp is East Fork of the Bear River Scout Camp.
Okay, perfect. Sorry to
So-
sidetrack you. Go ahead.
No,
that's
no.
okay. The other two, we know the dates. But I think it was in the early 2000s. But yeah, when we go up there, we didn't stay at the meadow. We went over into the Forest Service area, and that's where we pitched our tent. And the kids came back and said, "There's these really cool log teepees over here."
We thought that there was just some scouts out there just building weird teepees and stuff, and it wasn't like a normal teepee.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what a normal teepee really looked like back then, but it was just kind of they were kind of weaved into each other,
Flat
and
top.
some of them were flat topped, and it was weird.
Wow. Okay. I'm envisioning something right now. Go ahead.
So then fast forward, we just thought it was weird. That's the only thing we've seen at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But fast forward to 2016. I was home because I just had my knee done, and Jennifer went up, and this is what happened to her.
Okay, so I drove up there in my dad's truck, carrying the poles for the baker tent,
Mhm.
because that's what I was gonna sleep in for the week. And when we got up there, it had been storming, and there was so much lightning, and I just said, you know what? I'm gonna sleep in the truck. It's fine. I'm not gonna try to set up anything in this,
Right.
because it wouldn't have been safe. Some other friends were already there,
Mm-hmm.
and they had theirs set up before the storm started. So I went and I got in the truck and went to sleep. The windows were cracked a bit, so I didn't, suffocate.
Right.
And then it was so weird, because about 5 in the morning, because you know how you hear birds and you hear animals moving around.
Mm-hmm.
It was completely silent. There was no movement. There was no birds. There was nothing. And there was this, it was this weird howl, like somebody was out there trying to sound like maybe a wolf or something,
Mm.
but they were doing a really bad job of it. And then it's weird because there was nobody else there. It was just me and a couple of my friends on the other side, and none of them were up at this point.
Mm.
And it got closer, and it would howl more, and it would sound. How do I explain this? It sounded. It got closer.
Mm-hmm. He could feel it coming or getting closer. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, if I look out there, I'm gonna see whatever it is. I tried to see what it was. I couldn't see anything. It could have just been my point of view, was not a good one. And then it started to sound more guttural and deep. And I'm like, oh my God, that's not a person.
Yeah.
And it got really close. It sounded really, really close, but I couldn't see it. And then it started to go away. But it was just one. It wasn't, how if like wolves howl or whatever, you can tell if there's more than one.
Oh, right.
Because they all sound different.
Mm-hmm.
It was just this one. And there was no responses to it or anything. And that went on for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes.
Wow.
And I'm just sitting in the truck like, okay, don't go near the truck because there's nothing I can do.
Yeah. It's like it wanted to torment you almost, right? Like it's like I'm the only one out here and I'm gonna get you a little nervous about this.
I'm gonna mess with this girl.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. It kind of felt that way, but it started to fade away. And then after it stopped completely, about 20 minutes after that, the birds started to make sounds again and everything. It's like the forest came alive,
Yeah. Well,
again.
it's really interesting when you talk about that because that's what you hear. And it's amazing that you picked that up, right? Like you're like, why is it eerily silent? And it just seems like when these things happen, it just, I don't know if it stops time out there or it just freezes everything. So weird. So weird.
It is so weird because I think that's the thing that woke me up was the fact that it got so quiet. Because you're used to hearing like the little noises, and all of that. And even the trees, there was no wind either.
Wow.
And I thought that was really, really weird. But so that happened. I thought it was weird. I wasn't gonna say anything to anyone because it's like, oh my God, they're gonna think I'm insane. So we got up and set up everything for the event, and one of my friends, his name's Peter. Him and another friend of mine, Howl, they were acting kind of weird. And I'm like, are you okay? What's going on? And they're like, oh, we just found something. We took care of it. It's fine. And I'm like, what did you find?
Right.
And they're like, Peter kind of leaned in really close and he's like, don't tell anyone, but we found what we think is a bear track and we've gotten rid of it. And I'm like, a bear track? You're panicked about a bear track in bear country.
Right.
You know, it's
Right.
like, I understand that we've got all of these kids coming up here, but I mean, bears aren't a new thing.
Right.
And they were so uncomfortable about it. And I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of weird. And it didn't click until later when I was talking to mom and dad about it.
Hmm.
And it's like, oh my God, that was
Yeah.
probably a footprint, you know?
So do you think, looking back today, like, are you thinking they were trying to keep you guys from freaking out on it? Like maybe they knew, and that's why they were sort of uneasy, and they're like, we're not going to tell the girls about this. Do you think it was something like that?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what
Yeah.
that's what a lot of guys would do, I think, They're like, don't freak the girls out. But then they're freaked out, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then they think we won't see it. And it's like, no, I can read you guys.
Right.
So,
So
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that's
that was scary.
Yeah.
I think about it a lot.
And I want to ask a question about this because you hear this when you talk to people about Sasquatch or Bigfoot. And I don't know if it's only when they see it actually with their eyes, but there's this impending fear that people feel. I don't know if I've heard that with people that hear it or like know that it's in the nearby distance. Did you feel anything like that? Or did you have any kind of like, I don't know, visceral uneasiness or fear when you were hearing that growl, that sound?
It felt like a predator.
Mm,
So, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I tried
Jeez.
to stay as low in the truck as I could while also trying to see what it was.
Right.
Uh, and yeah, I couldn't see where it was, which I'm pretty sure made it a whole lot worse,
Mm,
because if
yeah.
you don't know where it is, it could be anywhere.
Right. It feels like it's all around you or something. Like,
Yeah.
is it behind me? Is it on the side of the truck? Is it? Yeah.
Is it
Crazy.
in the bed of the truck? Is it on top of the truck? I don't know.
Yeah. Crazy. Wow.
Yeah,
That's one you're not going to forget. That's for sure.
definitely not.
Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing that. Jeez.
Yep.
okay. So fast forward to the next year,
Okay.
and I'm sitting in my chair, and watching the kids play, do their games, whatever they do.
Mhm.
And I stood up and I looked up on this ridge. Oh gosh, I'm okay. And I seen a really tall, dark guy come out of a bushel of trees and walk on the ridge, and it disappeared really fast.
Whoa.
So I stood there, and Jen comes running up to me and says, "Mom, what's wrong?"
Yeah.
And I mumbled, and she goes, "You seen it, didn't you?"
Mm.
And I'm like, okay. So what it was, he was dark, had hair. Um, Everybody says is innate. It's not innate. He did not have those shiny things on his chest.
Mm.
It was just hair. And he had a more of a brow than we do nowadays.
Mm.
And his arms, when he swung them, was about to his knees.
Whoa.
And um, he lumbered like he was heavy. Okay,
Yeah.
you know how the heavier you are, the more you lumber.
Right. Right.
And when all was said and done, and I calmed down, I would say he was about 9 feet tall,
Whoa.
because while I was panicking, Phil, this is your job. Go.
Yeah, what we decided to do is we took off up to the point of where she'd seen it. So she stayed down there, and we walked up the hill to about where the thing was so that she could see us compared to
Oh,
what she'd seen
right.
in size. And granted, I'm short, and so that's going to make a big difference.
Well, at first I was going to say, Phil, what are you crazy? But I see what you're saying. You were trying to give perspective to the height and size of this thing for her.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And yes, I am crazy, but that's a whole
And
different story.
did we think to look for tracks? No. Did we think to put a camera on? No.
Right.
But
But you saw this thing.
I did.
All right.
And I'm not okay.
Yeah. I mean, I know that I can hear it in your voice. And I know that before when, because we were going to talk about some of this in the past, and I could tell you were very uneasy about this. But I'd like to ask some more questions about it if you
Go
think it's
for it.
okay. Okay. All right. Give me can you estimate about how far it was away from you?
Oh gosh. Oh, you walked it.
150 yards, maybe a little
Yeah.
farther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a football field. So that's you can
Yeah.
easily see that. You can easily see what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that far away. The ridge that she was looking at up there is very easy to see. Basically, it's easy to see people on up there. It's not that far away.
And
Right.
especially after the fire,
Yeah.
all the
All
trees were
right.
really small.
Right, right. So how about what stuck out the most to you? I mean, you mentioned you could tell that the I'm going to just call it a Bigfoot. The Bigfoot's chest was not that shiny ape chest, right? So, what are the things, and you talked about his brow too, him or hers brow. So, anything else really stood out to you? I mean, was there any sounds at that time? Did you smell anything? I'm just curious if any of that other stuff was also there with it.
Okay, I wouldn't smell that far away. First of all, I don't think I would smell that far away.
Right, right.
But
No sounds.
no sounds. No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just the hair. It amazed me as to how much it was covered with hair in that hot of weather.
yeah.
But and you hear these people come saying, "Oh, Bigfoot's just this Gigantopithecus or whatever it is," and that's gorilla. It didn't have a shiny chest. It had
Right.
hair on its chest.
And it's standing upright, according to what you're
And
saying.
standing, yes. And we've seen bears walk on their hind legs. They don't walk like that.
Hmm.
It was
Yeah.
very human.
All right.
Very human.
Connie, I'm gonna ask you another question here because the best thing I can do is draw out a moment for the listeners to see this through your eyes. Let's walk through it. You said you were sitting on a chair, and
Yes.
what caught your eye first, and walk us through moment by moment those that 30 seconds there as you saw this, recognized it, then realized, what am I looking at?
Give her a second.
Sure, absolutely.
It was just there. It was just there. It was
Yeah.
just all of a sudden there. It was nothing like, ooh, I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It
Did you
was
see
just,
it? Did you see it step out from behind the
I
tree?
did.
Yeah.
Yes, he stepped out from behind a tree. He was sideways and then he walked straight. So he was coming through something.
Yeah.
And then he just went. It's like, we're down here, hello. But no, he didn't look at us. He just was on his way.
Okay. And that was going to be my other question. It's not like he looked over at you guys. He was just moving through, going from one place to the next.
Exactly. He had somewhere to be. He was going.
Interesting. It makes me wonder how often maybe they seem very cavalier, like they're not really too worried about us. Like they kind of blend in well, and they just kind of walk through, and we accidentally see them, and we're like, wait,
Yeah.
what? What was that? Yeah.
And
Oh,
even though he didn't see us or anything, there was no fear. It's just like all it is this doesn't make sense. My
yeah.
logical brain is not, it doesn't belong in my logical brain.
Hmm. Yeah, that was going to be my next question as well. I was curious because as shaken as you are up about this, that happens a few different ways, right? And in your mind, do you think it's because it just doesn't make sense, and you're like, I can't piece this together in my mind, and it's just messing with me. Is that what it is?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean, you want to believe, but you're not brought up that way.
right. You're like, my eyes, what are they telling me right now?
Yeah.
It's a myth until you see it.
Right. Right. That's what I hear. I hear like until you see it, you just don't really know what that's like. That's crazy. 100 yards or so. I mean, yeah, it's pretty clear. You can tell what's going on, and it's
Mhm.
full fur. Would you say, how would you compare the fur? Was it like really, really dark, or is it like a dark brown, or what were you able to?
I would say it was more brown, but it was
Okay,
dark. Yeah.
a dark brown. Okay. Ah. What did you do, Phil, to kind of calm her down to make her feel better about the situation?
Um, I think at the time I was just like, if it's a Bigfoot, they're not really here to kill people.
Right.
It's not like they're going to come down and ravage the camp or anything. They're there.
So at the time, um, to kind of come down from that, because
Mhm.
I had because I've never seen her face so shocked and confused
Yeah.
as I did at that time. And it's like, oh my God, she's on the verge of a panic attack.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, let's go over here. We're not gonna sit down, we're gonna walk, you know,
Right.
and then I'm gonna try to get her to tell me what happened. Because it's like, what happened here,
Hmm.
you know? And uh yeah, just tried to get her to talk about it. Um yeah, just walk around and because if
Yeah.
you talk about it, it'll calm you down a little bit.
Sure. Sure.
Um, so yeah, we did that. We walked around a little bit. Uh,
Well,
yeah,
Congratulations, you're the only person outside this immediate family that he knows
yeah. She hasn't told anybody else.
at all.
wow. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Of course, there's going to be a few people that hear this, by the way, but but we won't put your
There you
picture
go.
on it.
There you go.
Well, I mean, no, I think it's good. I'm glad you're doing it because I think like it's I don't know, it's good to get that stuff out of you sometimes because I'm going to tell you what, as crazy as you might feel that was for you, there's a lot of people that have seen stuff, right? And so, I mean, it's going to help somebody else to say, oh yeah, right here in the Uintas in Utah, this stuff is happening. And I'm sure there's other people that have pretended they didn't see something but actually did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think, I don't know, when I'm thinking about, I'm just kind of visualizing this in my mind. Do you think this is, well, let me back up a little bit. You guys are very comfortable being in the outdoors. I
Oh
know
yeah.
you outside of this podcast experience. I know you. And you guys, I know, are very much outdoorsy. You do stuff like this like forever. And so for it to shake you up, and I know you've seen normal wildlife, it's got to be like, what in the world just happened?
Yeah. Exactly.
We're
Yeah.
always on the lookout for the wildlife. It's like, what
Mm,
can we see this time?
yeah.
You
Right.
know?
Right. Yeah. You know, And each of these times was in the same general place, right? Like the same scout camp area.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
very same.
Wow, it's
We
amazing.
basically lived there for a week every summer for 26
26
years.
years.
Yeah. Now, were you nervous about it anytime you went up there after that?
No.
No, not really.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're just like, that moment was crazy, but this is the normal thing we do. We go up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I love it. I love that you're sharing this. Um, so any fear, the rest of you, I mean, anybody who is around you, like when they found out kind of what just happened to you, of course, other than Phil who ran up there, is anybody
He had
else
to
like
have
really
how it
worried?
She was trying to convince herself that it was just a person,
Yeah.
but it wasn't just a person.
It
And actually,
wouldn't add up for a person.
yeah, actually, she didn't say anything to anybody else up there. It
Oh.
was just us.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if anybody else saw it. This was like right in the middle of the event, so I don't think anybody else would have even been looking.
Right.
We were just taking a break.
And you always scan the mountains for hope to see things and
Yeah,
moose or
Mhm.
anything.
I
Yeah.
love the moose.
Because there's lots of moose up there.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous creatures. But
So-
yeah, that's one of them that we didn't ever expect to actually
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, I bet. Do you guys, okay, let's go back to that day. Like, how about, did you find yourself continually kind of scanning the area for the rest of the time you were there? Like, wondering if you were going to
Yes, I
see it
did.
again?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. How could you not, right? I mean, I'd be
Yeah,
like
exactly.
continually looking. People would be like, "What are you looking at?" And I'd be like, don't worry about it." Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh man. Okay. Tell me your third event, and then I'll ask some questions.
Okay, the next two have to do with UFOs. Do you want to go there? Or do you want another time?
I definitely want to go there. Well, then let me see if there's any other questions I want to ask about this
Okay.
experience before we jump into the different phenomena. Um, so for you, Phil, I know when I've talked to you before, you're a logical guy, right? When you considered this, what was going through your mind? I mean, are you a believer already that this is a possibility, or was this kind of like, now I need to see it to believe it for you?
That's a really interesting question. I'm going to put two parts to that. One is, yeah, I pretty much would believe the existence thereof.
Mm-hmm.
And the other part of that is something that one of these days we'll go into. Basically, just an idea that I have that could be the cause of it, but we'll go into that at another time.
Okay. I'm locking that in, my friend. We're gonna get
Yeah.
into it. Okay.
Yeah. But it's one of those things that, yes, it is possible, because
Yeah.
there's lots of things out there that we've never seen,
Yeah.
and there's lots of area out there that we don't know about. So, yes,
Well,
it's
going to your point there, I often think about how vast just Utah is. Like, could you imagine? Like, I was looking at a map in my office here. I've got maps of different parts of the world, and I remember the other day I was walking on a treadmill, and I was looking at my North American map on the wall, and I just noticed how incredibly massive everything is. In Canada going up towards Alaska, and I'm thinking to
oh
myself,
yeah,
how many things are up there that we will never know, that are just rummaging and walking around those forests? Who knows? And
yeah, exactly.
you know, like you said, just here in Utah, there's a lot of land, a lot of forest and stuff like that. Incredible. I wonder if they're here all the time. You know what I mean? Wonder if they're here all the time.
They probably
I
are.
would say yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see how vast some of those forests are. And I don't think people understand how big they are and how small you are
Mhm.
until you're in it. And it's
Right.
like, you got to get out there and you got to look at it. You got to experience that.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're missing an entire uh, facet of the entire thing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like you can't have real perspective without, you know, breaking away from I-15 and going east or west, right?
Right? Get out there and just explore, but don't get lost.
Right. All right. Jeez. Okay. I'm just scrolling through any ideas I have here. If there's anything else, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, right here in Utah, everybody, it is a thing. And um, even though we're hearing about it, I'm so certain it's a thing pretty regularly too. Like maybe who else isn't willing to talk about it or is just denying that it happened to them. Thank you for sharing.
There's got to be a lot of people out there that just can't process that.
Right. Right. We're just not taught to think that exists. It's crazy.
It's true. Um, Especially being the upbringing we had here,
Hmm.
that was just not something that was ever seen as possible.
Yes.
Um,
And I'm assuming you're talking about the predominant religion in Utah. Is that what you're talking about?
I am,
Yeah.
I am,
Yeah.
and you know me, I'm very outspoken, and
Yeah.
uh, I won't deny something just because other people say it can't exist.
Right.
So it's like, yeah,
Well, I'm with you. I mean, I think like there's much, much more to reality than what people say can only exist, whether it's scripturally or through a certain belief system. I just think there's much, much more. So, yeah, how can you not? I mean, that's truth, right? Is when you allow yourself to see something that may exist, even though it's not quite what you thought it was, or what you thought the way you thought things were. I agree with you.
it's true. Yeah.
Well, and now we're talking about this crazy cryptid thing, and now we're going to go into something a little bit more bizarre, aren't we? Or maybe as bizarre, which is UFO UAP. So take us there. Let's see what you have.
You.
The next one is going to be McKayla, and the date on this was actually July 4th,
2023.
2023.
Not that long ago. Interesting.
All right.
All right.
So
Set us up first. Where are you when this happens?
me, mom, dad, we were meeting up with my other sister and family in this park place. It was the Kearns Park by the Olympic skating.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, that's
So
amazing. Okay.
if you sit up on the hill near the sidewalk, then you have a great view of all the fireworks of the valley.
Right.
So we were sitting there enjoying the fireworks, and I was looking up at the sky and it's like, oh, plane, plane. And then I look over towards the west, and there's a no
West.
No,
west.
Okay.
yes.
I noticed there was a dot of orange,
Hmm.
and I was watching it, and it's like, that's not blinking. I wonder what that is. There's no other lights around it. It's just a dot of orange.
Hmm.
It's flying from west to east. And I was watching it for a while, and then I stopped watching it and I look back and it's gone.
Interesting.
So I'm like, okay, that's weird. So we continue to watch out, and Then I see 2 more dots of orange flying from north to south. And it was really interesting because they were flying at the same speed from the same distance away from each other and didn't veer away from each other. They were flying. The top one blinked out and came back. The bottom one blinked out and came back. The top one blinked out and came back again, and then the bottom one blinked out and came back, and then the top one blinked out and it's gone, and the bottom one blinked out and it was gone.
Jeez, they're messing with you.
I was like, I should have recorded that. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, and hey, I'm going to take a minute here to let the viewers know, just to get a little perspective on this. Because of course, anytime somebody hears something like this, they're thinking, well, was it a plane? Was it this? Now, because of where you're talking about, right there at the Kearns, oval, there are planes that fly right overhead every 15 seconds going to the Salt Lake City airport all day, all night. And there's a small airport for smaller planes also within 3 minutes from where you're talking about. So my point is, you guys see this all the time, not to mention, you know, military helicopters, which are flying around this area all the time. You see it all. So when you're saying this is different, it's because you've seen so many different planes and stuff and helicopters day in and day out as long as you've lived here. So I say that so that people understand, you know, the difference from a plane when you see something and you're describing this, because you see planes every day.
Yes. All the
Incredible.
time.
Yeah.
So those weren't the only ones. I also saw another bright dot of orange, the same as the others,
Uh-huh.
going from south to north. And I was watching it, and it blinked out and came back, and then it blinked out at the same spot that the other ones blinked out and didn't come back at.
It's just like they're there and then they're saying, see you later. They're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this. Are you able to tell, and I know this would be tough, but are you able to tell maybe the height? Does it look like it is maybe higher than the local planes that go by or lower? Did you have any feel there?
It was lower.
Oh, wow. So it's even closer to you. Because for people listening, the small planes that fly in and out here, they're not very high up. So yeah, this is pretty close.
No noise. No noise. There was no noise.
Wow.
And
What would you say about the speed of it moving? Was it slow, fast, or
medium slow
yeah,
from where I was sitting. It was
interesting.
just medium slow. Not slow, but not medium. Between.
Right, right. Yeah, like you know it's moving, but it's not boogieing. It's not taking off. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
So,
a tic tac.
so Michaela, I probably know the answer to this, but I'm thinking, when did you say that's not normal? Like, what was it specifically about what you saw where it really stuck out to you and you said, yeah, this is different?
What was different was the color and the fact that that was the only color there. Because I was
Mm,
asking my mom, "Hey, aren't planes supposed to be like flash, and don't they have like 2 colors?"
right.
Now this
Right.
was just one solid orange color.
Yeah, it shouldn't be up there, right? Like
Mm.
I think there's some requirements about what should be the colors that should be on an aircraft, and I've never heard orange being one of them.
Because I
No.
don't think it is. I think it's white on one wing and then red on the other. I
Mm,
think
yeah,
it needs to have those indicator lights.
right. Yeah, that makes sense.
And the fact that we've seen, like you mentioned, we've seen literally thousands of airplanes flying over, and
Yeah.
we watch that kind of stuff quite regularly. It's like, okay, there's another plane, there's a plane, there's a plane. So you know what planes are. And
Yeah.
when something different like this happens, it's like, okay, this is different. Why, and
Right.
again, logic jumps in and you go,
Well, once again, for the viewers' understanding, Airport 2 has every size of small plane and helicopters coming in and out of there all the time. So it's not just these big planes that you're used to seeing every day. Like you've
right.
seen anything and everything that goes in the air, including military choppers. So
Oh, yeah.
when it looks different, it truly is different. It's not like a place where people don't see stuff in the air that often. Like we always have stuff in the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many things in the air. It's like, come on, guys, take a break.
I know. Well, anything else? I mean, did you say you saw something else too, or is this all centered around that same
Okay.
experience?
No, there was a fifth one.
Oh, there
Did
was a
the
fifth
exact
one.
same thing as the others.
Okay.
Just appeared in the exact same
Oh.
place.
Okay, so
Hmm.
5.
And I caught the last two, so
Wow. So all around the same time period, or was it like at different times?
It was the same night, right?
it was the same night
Oh,
within
wow.
like an hour of each other.
Interesting. So whatever this is, wanted to see the fireworks also.
Probably.
But you
Yeah.
said you recorded one of them?
Two of them.
Two of them?
Yeah, she has
She
the last two.
has the last two on video.
Oh man, I'd like to see it if you're able to share it.
She'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, that would really be cool. Yeah, I mean, what's in our air? I'll tell you, what is up there? There's so much talk about UAP and UFO, and more so now these days than there has been for a while. But yet, are we any closer to really knowing what the heck's going on? I don't know. I mean, it's just baffling, but we know it's there. Like we know these things are up in the air. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't know if we'll ever really learn exactly what's going on, but every day we get closer and closer, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys, these experiences, I mean, you've kind of answered a little bit, talking about just the things that are common beliefs and understandings in this part of the country here in the Intermountain region. The But these different things, how has it changed your thoughts and beliefs about the paranormal, the unknown? Like, has your thoughts on these things shifted through your life?
Yes. As for me.
Yeah.
For me, no, I've always known that they were around, and very outspoken about it.
Hmm.
If nothing else, it's actually just made that belief stronger, that
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah. And so is this something just it made sense to you? Is that why you came to that understanding so early? Or was there something specifically that you recall or remember or experienced that really hit home for you early in your life? Or was it, I'm just wondering, because it's interesting. A lot of people are pretty much saying there's no way until, they experience stuff. But in your case, you're okay with that. You've been on board with this for a while. How did that come about?
It's funny you should ask. Um, how old would you say I was?
For what?
The first one,
Maybe 6.
6 or 7?
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay, so I was at my cousin's house, and she lived with her grandma, who lived in a trailer house.
okay.
Okay. I was about 6 years old. She was about 5, maybe. We were having a sleepover. And all of a sudden, it was so weird. Still trying to make logical sense, but I woke up in the middle of the night. My other sister, she also saw it, although she denies it now. But this shadow guy like came out of the hallway and
Oh,
then
my.
walked across the room, you know, because there was a window there, and I remember him walking in front of the window and then went into the kitchen and disappeared. And he was wearing a hat, so you've heard of the Hat Man.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah. And I remember calling my mom crying and saying, there was a scary man in the house. There was a scary man in the house. There was no man in the house,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know.
man.
And yeah, up until maybe 8, 9 years ago, when I got really close to my cousins and their mom, I found out later that yes, the Hat Man was one of those beings that was in that trailer a lot.
Hmm.
So, because my cousin's mom, she would see them,
Oh, boy.
and yeah, my cousin, she can see them too, but she will not talk about it.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing.
Yeah. Okay. Now you're you're really making me curious now. Forgive me, I'm going to ask some more questions. I'm curious if you feel like this has happened to you even more than that. Are you somebody who is sensitive to, being able to see things just beyond the veil of our eyes? Do you think?
Yes. I would say I don't know, but my mom says yes. So there's a lot that it's like, uh there's so many. There's so many.
Connie, you were not slow about saying yes. Tell me about this.
Go ahead.
Oh, she just sees things. She
Oh,
can sense things.
come on now.
You
You're
can
gonna
go
have
to
to
a
tell us
place
more
and
than that.
you can go to a place with her and she knows what happens. That's happened there.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, so you're saying like she is sensitive to the, I don't know, I'm just gonna say the vibes around a certain
Yeah.
location.
Yes.
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 Interesting.
If I don't get good vibes from a place or from a person, I will not go.
Yeah.
And
Really?
more often than not, it turns out to be pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So,
Whoa.
but I can logical think my way out of all of this stuff. It's like, wait a minute, so maybe it was just this, and it's like, no, because anybody else I was with, none of them caught on to that, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's interesting to me because I've there's a group of ghost hunters that I've interviewed before, and one of the young ladies in their team describes her abilities kind of the same way. And and she really relies on that when she goes into certain places when they do their setup and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, have not, and I'm not suggesting do it, but I'm just saying, have you ever done anything like that or thought about that?
So I would love to do that. Um,
Really?
I would absolutely love to do that. I've got equipment
Oh,
um
wow.
that I mess around with sometimes. Um, yeah, I've had I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I had some of those motion activated
Oh, yes.
cat balls.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how I feel about their accuracy yet, but I've
Mhm.
had them sitting on the desktop where we've got all the printers on, and they don't light up,
Right.
and then they'll just randomly light up, and it's like, what? So I don't know how I feel about that, but
Yeah.
I've got a spirit box. Um, that one's a good one.
Interesting.
I love that one. I've used it with a lot of success, actually.
Yeah.
At Boot Hill. I've used it at the Boot Hill graveyard. I've used it at the what's that graveyard that Grandma and Grandpa's at? Your mom and dad.
Oh, Wasatch Lawn.
Wasatch Lawn. I've used it up there trying to find like your great grandma's grave. We couldn't remember where it was. And so it's like, you know what? It's probably not going to work, but it doesn't hurt to try it. So
Right.
I pulled out the spirit box and I'm like, hey, we're looking for your grave. If you're here, can you tell us where it is? And it was so funny. It said past the bench.
Mm.
And I'm like, what? You know? And there just happened to be a bench
Yeah.
just a little way up. And I'm like, I don't think it's up there, you know, whatever, you know. So we just kept kind of looking where we were looking. And it said it again, past the bench. And I'm like, fine, I'll go up there. And so I went up there. And not far from the bench, there it was.
Wow.
And I'm like,
That's
okay,
cool. That's cool.
there might be something to these.
Yeah,
So,
jeez.
Boot Hill was crazy, though. I have to tell you about that sometime.
Yes, I'm gonna have you come back on and talk to me about it. That's for sure. So, do you do these on your own?
Yeah.
Oh, you're brave too.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, oh, we're out here, let's try it, let's see what happens. You know, because I figure they're just people, and it's probably got to be really, really lonely to be out there, and not be acknowledged and not have anybody know that you're there.
I mean,
And
that's a really good way to think about that. Just to, in a way, almost have some compassion for them, I guess. Yeah. Interesting.
right? Because I don't know, if it was me, I wouldn't want to be ignored. It's like, hey, this person I can talk to this person. Let's talk to them. You know,
Right.
and it's like, yes, but don't follow me home. You're not allowed to follow me home.
Yeah, no, we don't want any hitchhiker effects, that's for sure.
No. And we know all about that, don't we?
Yeah. Well, mom and dad, what do you say about this?
Are you okay?
Yeah,
What do you think about it?
we know it happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's got to be, there is something else out there. I mean, there is an afterlife. I mean, if this was the only life there was, that's pretty sad.
Right.
But there is definitely afterlife, and
Can I tell you another story just to show that this isn't like confirmation bias or anything?
Absolutely. Please go ahead.
So, back in 1999, for some reason, we weren't told what was going on, but mom and dad are like, okay, we've got to go real fast. We'll be back later. We'll explain what's going on later. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. I didn't think anything of it. And we went in because anytime they left, you know, we would go in and we'd sleep on their bed because it's a big bed. It fit all four of us, you know. And so we went in there and we were sleeping. And I woke up and I saw my grandpa, my dad's dad, standing in the doorway.
Wow.
And I'm like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I'm watching over you guys. Go back to sleep. And I'm like, oh,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
sure. He must have sent him over. I don't know what's going on, whatever. So we went back to sleep, and then when they got back, they woke us up. We went to bed. And I don't know. I'm young. I didn't pick up on anything, you know, in their attitudes. I was probably just tired or something. But the next morning, I I came out, and my sisters are out here, and they're all crying, and my parents are crying, and I'm like, what's going on? And my dad goes, your grandpa died last night. And I'm like,
Oh, wow.
what? And he goes, Grandpa Massey died last night. And I'm like, no, he didn't. He was here, you know?
Whoa.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I just remember that. And it's like, I didn't believe it really until we went to the funeral. And it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
because it was like, no, he was here, you know?
Incredible. These
which was
things happen.
impossible.
My gosh. Sorry, Phil. Go ahead.
Yeah, which was impossible because we were at the hospital where he had passed away.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's no denying this.
Yeah,
And as a young kid at the time, like you would have no reason to make this up, you know? My goodness. That's
yeah,
incredible.
yeah. It was one of those things where it's like, oh my God, I'll just remember this forever. But also be like, you know what? That was, yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah. And in a way, kind of a tender moment too. Like grandpa came to check on you. I think
Yeah,
that's very interesting.
yeah. Because none of my other grandparents ever did that. Just him.
Yeah. Would you
So
say that there was a closeness there? I mean, all, I'm sure they all loved you guys, and there's different ways that people interact, but was there anything more, more of a connection with him for you guys?
I I didn't think so. I
Yeah.
thought I thought we were pretty equal with everybody,
Yeah.
but that's just
Well, the,
me.
yeah, the thing that she doesn't know
Mhm.
is that at the time, um, my daughters were the first grandchildren they had,
Oh, wow.
and my parents were, as my dad especially, was really excited about it.
Yeah.
He was so funny. He was so funny.
So yeah,
I mean, I get that, right? I'm a grandfather too, and none of my grandkids will ever know how precious they are to me. And if I could see them when I pass away, I will be there. So,
oh yeah,
it's just the way it's that thing that the grandkids will never know the just powerful love that can exist until you go through it, right? Yeah, that's amazing.
yeah.
Wow. You've seen some stuff.
Yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I hate to
Okay.
say that, but yes, that's just the tip of the
I'm
iceberg.
penciling you in. I want to hear more about
Okay.
these things. And I know Phil's got a theory about some stuff too. So we're going to have a part two and bring you guys back and learn about some of these things
All
for
right, we'd
sure.
love to do that.
Yeah. There's only one other one that Connie and I wanted to share.
Hi there. Does today's episode remind you of anything you or someone you know has experienced? If so, leave a comment. This community of listeners would love to hear all about it. Now let's get back to the show. Please do.
Do you have time?
Absolutely.
This one happened very recently. Was
Don't
it
make her
3 weeks ago?
Yep.
Three weekends
Oh,
ago,
whoa.
and we had just been to our granddaughter's softball games down in Delta.
Okay.
And the games, they always end and it's always dark outside and everything. And yes, they did win. It was awesome.
Right on.
Yeah. So we got done there and we're leaving. And the road between Delta and here,
US 6.
US 6,
Yeah.
there's a big section of it. It's basically just a long, straight, lonely.
We were doing 6 up into Eureka
Mhm.
because I like back roads.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So we're taking this road. It's dark out. I don't think there was any moon that night. I don't think there was any moon that night, which makes it a little darker.
Yeah, and if it's what I'm thinking, I'm trying to remember exactly. It is just like out there.
It is. So we're driving down the road, and she's driving, and I'm in the passenger seat, and we're driving down the road, and she saw a light behind us on the road, and it was very, very bright, and she's like, and it was just one single light,
Hmm.
and she's like, "Is that a motorcycle?" And I looked in the side view mirror, and I looked back, and I'm like, "That's a really bright light for a motorcycle."
Yeah.
So, didn't think much of it there. Well, the light came up behind us, and as it came up, it split into two.
Oh no. You're not. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so it splits into two, and it's coming up, and as it's coming up the road, they'd split so far that it was like, okay, I know cars fairly well, and it's like there is not a vehicle on this planet that has headlights that wide.
Right.
Okay, and it came up behind us. It was probably, 100 feet behind us.
It was right up on its hill.
It was
Oh,
right up,
And
right
it
up behind
It was
us.
wide enough to take up almost the whole road, and it's only
Yeah.
a two-lane road anyway.
Yeah, it's 2-lane road.
Oh
And
my.
so here's these lights on either side of us, and it's like, holy moly. Well, then all of a sudden, and this is the part that has baffled me because I sat and watched it, is all of a sudden the lights, it's like they reversed, went back up the road where they came from, went back into one, but the distance and the speed that they did it, it was like if you were in a car, you would have had to slam your brakes and then hit in reverse and be doing 100 miles an hour backwards
What
down
in the
that road.
world? What in the world?
Because it took only like 4 or 5 seconds, and it was up the road. And then another car came and it passed us, and off it goes. And then it came back a second time and did the same thing again.
Okay, so
And
these lights came back again behind you again?
yes, the second time. And they're coming up, and I'm looking, and they did the same thing again. They came up behind us, they split clear out as wide as they were the last time. And then I'm looking at it, and I thought, okay, I'm going to grab my phone. So I grab my phone, and all of a sudden the lights go, whoop, and they go right back like they did last time. And like I said, it's like they would have had to been, you'd have had to stop and then hit reverse
Yeah.
100 miles an hour going the other way, because it was like maybe 3-4 seconds, and then they were back into one and gone.
My gosh.
And I'm like, what the heck was that? I pulled my phone out hoping that it would happen again, and it didn't.
Right.
And
Man, dude, that's crazy. Like for it to change in reverse direction, I mean, it would have to have
yeah,
slammed on its brakes, you would have heard it, it would have, and then there's
yeah,
no way it would have picked up speed again going the other direction like that.
yeah. And if it was like a motorcycle or a hot rod car or something, you would hear that, because we can hear the cars going, hear the cars going back and forth the other ways as you're driving down the road.
Hmm.
And you hear these cars and stuff, but it was total silence, and it's like, okay, this is freaking bizarre. This is bizarre.
Yeah.
And so,
Now,
like I said,
now I know why when I saw you guys last week,
Mhm.
that you guys were uneasy.
Yeah,
You're like,
a little bit. It's like, okay,
Guess what color the lights were?
uh-oh.
Orange.
Are you gonna
Orange.
tell me orange? No way.
Yes,
They were orange.
Oh my God.
yes.
So who has orange headlights? What in the world?
Orange headlights are illegal.
Yeah. Something's
Um,
messing with you guys, man. Something is
yeah.
messing with you.
I guess we like to be messed with, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
That's an amazing account. I don't think I've
yeah.
heard one like that.
I've never, I mean, we've, we do driving a lot where,
Mhm.
especially where it's at night. We've driven all over the Western US. I mean, Arizona, Nevada, down into California, New Mexico, Oklahoma,
Texas,
Texas,
Roswell.
Kansas. Uh,
Yeah.
No, we didn't see anything in Roswell.
no, yeah, didn't see anything in Roswell.
I know, right? Oh
Yeah,
man.
but yeah, we've driven a lot of miles, especially especially at night. We've driven a lot of miles and stuff, and you see cars and stuff all the time, and you
Yeah.
don't see that.
No, not at all. Well, it's
Not at
interesting.
all.
A friend of mine is the MUFON director here in Utah, and he says Utah is really, really got a lot of interesting things happening here.
Uh-huh.
And so, what you're saying is right there. This kind of solidifies that even more. Amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
In the words of a ghost hunter who I really, really, really like,
Uh-huh.
he said when he came to Utah, he's like, "What is going on with Utah?"
Yeah. What is happening in this Mormon state? It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well,
So
man, thank you
yeah.
guys
Thank
for
you for
sharing this. Did you
listening.
have anything else? I mean, you're on a roll
No,
Oh
here.
no.
thank you
Okay.
for listening, though.
No, I love
They're
this.
interested another time.
Yes, we
Yeah.
we definitely prepare thoughts for another one, and let's see about the other experiences you've had. I definitely want to do that. You know, I appreciate you guys once again being willing to share this, and I know that you were saying, Connie, that this is not something you've talked to anybody about.
Nope.
But I'm going to tell you, I think it's valuable to do it. So, and I'm glad we were able to find a way to do it that you're comfortable with, because it's important to share this stuff. And a lot of people think, oh, it can only be this or it can only be that. And they just will, I don't know, deny it or say it's an impossibility. But, experiences in our eyes tell us differently sometimes. So amazing, amazing.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like that's the part no one takes into consideration is the eyewitnesses. You
Right,
know,
right.
they just want to look at it with science and things, and it's like, okay, but you need to understand the other side of this as well. They're
Yeah,
just not, eyewitness accounts are just as valuable.
I agree, because it tells us and shows us something that science hasn't really been able to identify yet. I think a great example of this is the situation that's occurring right now over the last few years since 2017, where they've literally had the government admit to certain types of UAP, and scientists are like, that's not possible the way these things are flying. And it makes me kind of smile and say, how many other things are just not possible to the way we measure
Mhm.
reality? You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
science is only good enough for the moment to understand what we have right now.
Yes.
We that's not quite how I wanted to say it, but you get it.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Like we are, let's think about, go back thousands of years. If somebody saw a motorcycle or a car, I mean, they could have been the smartest, most scientific person back in that time, and it just wouldn't make sense. It just wouldn't make sense. And I feel like we're in that space really with some of this. There's interdimensionality. There is just different dimensions, and it doesn't matter if people are thinking about this in terms of aliens or UFOs or even religion, spirits. I mean, there's other things that are not in the same dimension that we are. And they've been talking about it in some way or another since the beginning of man.
Yeah,
Yep, exactly.
Yep. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
we'll be in touch. Awesome. Hi, we need your help to get bigger and better. How? Just like, comment, and subscribe. It's free and it only takes a few seconds. So thank you, and remember, there's a lot of strange and unexpected in our reality, so always keep your eyes, ears, and minds open and stay safe. See you next time.
Thank you for listening to High Strangeness. This was a glance at some of the strange that exists in our reality.